Hello and welcome back to part 2 of the video series on how to find your calling and why this is so important in the first place. You know, I briefly touched on it last time, but what I wanted to emphasize in this video was that expansion cannot really happen, and especially at an accelerated rate, without you understanding and aligning with your calling. You know, many of us spiritual women think, I know how to meditate, I read spiritual books, I say affirmations, I do the things you're supposed to do, but I'm not feeling something that's supposed to be there, this joy, this utter fulfillment, this peace, this connection. And this is the reason why. If you don't know your calling, you cannot experience those things to the grand level that the masters talk about. I know for me, when I was first experiencing this kind of thing outside of religion and I was beginning to get into Buddhism, I started to see masters and I used to stare at them and say, I want that. I want that. And that's what I want to show you how to experience now too. So, what is it to find your calling? Your whole life, you are doing your calling instinctively, but you aren't aware of it as a human because of everything that happens to us as we grow. We forget. As children, we know it, but things come into our reality when we're living the human experience that block it. Now, if I see my path, have you seen how it started when I was a child, even earlier than the experience I told you? But I loved helping. I always loved nurturing. I always loved seeing people happy. It was something that filled me. Not an intellectual fulfillment, but a whole body experience fulfillment. When I saw people happy, when I saw people loving themselves, when I saw people doing well, when I was helping them, that turned me on. And I saw experience after experience after experience of that. And I, through my life, went through experiences where I had to overcome a lot. Some of the main issues that people deal with in their lifetime, you know, abuse, loss, grief, hopelessness, you know, all kinds on different levels. I experienced that and I had to come through it, and I had to learn spiritual truths to get me to a point where I could expand this love and this light, and then now teach other women how to do that too. Now, a calling is when you are sharing something, or just by being in your presence, people experience something. So if you created a sentence, this would be it. My calling is people experiencing blank. People experiencing blank. It could also be people realizing blank. It could be people being blank. And some of the blanks could be people experiencing beauty, people experiencing love, people experiencing freedom, people experiencing abundance. Now, all of these things are basically characteristics of the divine. The divine is the epitome of beauty, is the epitome of love, is the epitome of abundance. And so these characteristics are what we want to expand and help people fully experience. Now, what do you do? And how do you do it based on your natural abilities and talents? Now, in a retreat that I'm going to be hosting in May, I'm going to be going deep diving into this so that you absolutely 100% can know your calling. But you can start right now delving into it and filling in that sentence, right? Because when you do find this calling, you will be in a state of complete and utter flow, of grace, of elegance, of abundance, of love, of freedom, of beauty, of expansiveness, everything. That's what happens. I hope that listening to my story and trying to see how I connected the dots and how I'm living it is helpful to you, and also creating that statement for yourself. What are you sharing with people? Or what are people realizing or becoming by being in your presence? Okay? Yay, I love this stuff. If you figure it out, write it in the comments. Share this with me. Tell this to me. I will be just in awe and in congratulations to you for realizing it and owning it. Owning it. That's the beautiful part. I'm going to end there now because I know you've got some sacred time ahead of you. Create some quiet, create some space, and really look over your life and see where you've shared, where you've influenced. See the experiences you've had that have prepared you for your calling to be infused all the time. So if any of my teachings have resonated with you and you know of a woman who you absolutely love and adore, but is on that pilgrimage of really coming back home to who she is or finding who she is, then please share this video with her, share this blog post with her, and subscribe to this channel to keep on your evolution. Mwah. Until next time.